Okay, we're picking up in a second part here because the recording just like stopped randomly. So anyway, let's make a note here. So play sequence, and then we'll have a user response sequence. Okay, and so right now we got the code here to play our sequence. So I'm going to wait for the user response. Okay, so we're going to say for index in sequence, what we're going to do is wait for press or timeout. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to check if it is a good press, and that's basically it. And so what we'll do here is we're going to make we have a function already, right, called getPressButton. Okay, so we're going to use that one. We're going to make a new one called wait for press. Okay, and then we're going to getPressButton. Let's pass the timeout. And we're going to say start equals ticks ms. I'm going to say while getPressButton equals none. Actually, we'll call it while index is 1, or is none. We're going to say index equals getPressButton, and then we're going to say if ticks diff, we're going to put in our start, ticks ms. Let's see, what was it before? The current time goes first. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put ticks ms, start is greater than timeout. We're going to return. We're going to break. And we're going to return index. So we have to make an index variable here, initialize it to none. So what we're going to do is, we get the starting time, we start off at none, and we're going to wait until that turns into something other than none by getting that press button. And if we exceed our timeout, we're going to exit our while loop, and then we just return that. Okay, and so now, coming down to here, we're going to put our wait. So press equals wait for press. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to say if press equals is not equal to index, we're going to say print game over. You lose. And then you'll break. And then before you do that, you'll play lose sound. Okay. And then we'll give a short delay here. Let them, you know, pick up their finger off the button. So I'm going to say sleep 0.3. Or what we'll do is, yeah, we'll do that. Maybe we'll just do that. Okay. And then we'll give a slight delay afterwards. Right now it ends. We'll go and delete this so it plays the full game. And then we'll run that. Oh, takes one positional argument. Oh, we gotta pass that timeout, right? So let's set a timeout of 500 milliseconds. No, let's make it easy. 2000. Okay, and we can change that timeout. Oh, we're breaking from our for loop. So instead of break, we should return here. Alright, stop, and let's run that. So I lost that time, so let's look at our wait for press here. Next equals, oh, while it's equal to none, we should say while it's not equal to none. So we had a logic error that made you lose every time. Okay, so now let's run it. Nope, that didn't do it. Return index. Okay, let me debug this for a second. Okay, common mistakes here. So this was actually right before. Gotta fix that. And then here, when we get that ticks, right, this is a function, not a variable. And so we have to actually put the function here as well. Oops. The parentheses here to make it a function. Okay? And now we can run it. Alright, and so the problem is, it's working, but coming back to here, we need to play that step. We need to show that step after we press it. We almost need to do something different here so that, because we want it to hold while we press down. And so what we'll do is, we're going to say, we need another function called wait for release. Wait. So we're going to show LEDs dot index dot on. We're going to play our beep effect, or Simon beep, the index. Okay. And then we're going to wait for released. And we'll pass a timeout of like 400 or 500 here. And then we'll turn our LED off. There you go. That'll make it more like Simon, because right now I was playing it and it just, there's no feedback, right? You want some feedback when you press the button. And so we're going to do it right here. We're going to model after this. Oh, but we want to, instead of just having the timeout, we want the index, comma, timeout. Okay? And we're going to do so instead of waiting for any press button, we're going to say while buttons index dot value. So while it's held down, so while this is equal to 0, and then we're just going to exit afterwards if we exceed that timeout. Okay? And so down here in our wait for release function, we're going to pass that index. And then it's going to cycle back around. Okay? And this way we get the feedback and hear the sound. Alright. Oh, something wrong on 171. Oh, gotta put my colon here. Okay. There you go, it's working. Okay, may want to do some things here to make it a little more fun. So when we do our player assignment game, when we do show step, we may want to speed this all up. So our Simon beep, mine's kind of slow, so we can control the speed there. In your Simon beep function, there's going to be a delay there, and you can, so my tones maybe are too long, so you can shorten those to make it faster. You can reduce this in between the rounds, you can reduce this right here, you can reduce this timeout right here, and you can also reduce that timeout right here to change kind of the difficulty and how much fun it is. Okay, but there's the Simon game, and there's kind of be lots of options here to improve it and to make it more your own.